Here tonight, Democratic Congressman of Illinois, Krishnamorthi, who first introduced this bill alongside his Republican colleague, the chairman, Mike Gallagher, in the Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party. Congressman, it's great to have you here. First, I would just love to have you respond to what the TikTok CEO said just moments ago in that new video.
Unfortunately, I think the TikTok CEO is getting into trouble once again. He made similar representations on Capitol Hill, which proved to be false. He made at least three representations which were false. First, he claimed that American user data is stored only in America and Singapore. That turned out to be false. Some of it is stored on PRC servers, including sensitive financial information. Secondly, he claimed that ByteDance employees in China have no access to the data of Americans. Again, false. It turns out that ByteDance employees in China routinely access this data, even unbeknownst to TikTok USA employees. And then the third representation he made before Congress is that this data has not been weaponized against Americans. Again, that's false. This data has been used to surveil American journalists. And in a very well-documented story of journalists here who basically uncovered the previous misrepresentations being surveilled based on their geolocation data on their TikTok app.
Well, and obviously you have all of those national security concerns that are the top of mind for you. But just because this passed the House, there are still major questions about what happens to it in the Senate. I mean, it kind of seems stuck in purgatory right now. And do you believe, have you gotten any assurances from Senator Schumer that he's going to take this bill up?
We're going to respect Leader Schumer's process. We've had many positive conversations, but we're going to allow the process to unfold as it should in the Senate. And we look forward to working with folks over there on passage of this bill.
Obviously, there are a lot of young people on TikTok, but there's also a lot of people in their 30s and 40s who are on it. I think it's 45% or so of their users in the U.S. are in their 30s and 40s. They may be watching this right now and wondering why TikTok would be banned. And we've heard some complaints, actually, from some people who talk about what, if your bill succeeded, if it passed the Senate and made it to President Biden's desk, what it would mean for them. Take a listen to what they said.
Literally not even a month ago, I quit my job to do TikTok, social media full time. And now this.
There are 8 years of Generation Z that are now eligible voters in this election year. Do you really want to piss them all off by taking away their favorite app where they make friends, where they make content, where they laugh, where a lot of us creators make our money? You want to take that app away?
Well, I mean, what would you say to those users, Congressman?
No, we don't. This bill is not a ban. It's about a divestiture. And it's really not about TikTok. It's about ByteDance. It's about ByteDance, which is basically controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. Just one data point, the editor-in-chief of ByteDance is the secretary of the CCP cell embedded at the very highest levels of ByteDance to control all of its products, including TikTok. And so what we're saying and what we expect is that once this bill were to become law, that essentially ByteDance would then sell off enough ownership to get below the 20% threshold that's specified in the law. And then the app would continue to operate as it is right now. This is not without precedent. Let me just point out one thing. Grindr, a very popular LGBTQ dating app, was once owned by a Chinese company. Once the United States government recognized that the CCP had access to sensitive data about LGBTQ members of the US military and the government, it forced the divestment. Now, this happened very quickly, and there was no disruption of service for the users. And I suspect the exact same thing will happen with regard to TikTok.
Congressman, we'll see if you are right. We'll see what happens in the Senate first. That's the next step here. But Congressman Krishnamoorthi, always great to have you on.
Thank you.